I would like to come forward with an apology. On episode 2, I said that Ladybug wasn't a good Pokemon. And my friend Josie brought up that it's cute and it can learn Comet Punch. I would like to apologize for the Ladybug community for not thinking of that beforehand. I'm sorry.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Pokemon really is a franchise where every single person has that one Pokemon that's their Scrimblow Skrunkly. Because who would have thought that Ladybug, of all Pokemon, had a shooter in these streets? And that shooter was a friend of mine, to boot. It really be your own. Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal. So, you might be wondering how I have a Slowking. Well, as I was saying last episode, Slowpoke has a chance to have a King's Rock equipped. Got him playing Fire Emblem. As a held item. It is an 8% chance. I think last episode I said it was only 5%. There is an 8% chance for a Slowpoke to be caught here to be holding the King's Rock. And then you just need to trade that with it as a held item, and you'll get Slowking. So what I did is I removed all the Pokemon in my party other than old Littlefoot, and then I caught 5 Slowpokes, checked to see if any of them had the King's Rock equipped. If yes, then I have the King's Rock, and if no, I just reset. Do you want to know how many Slowpoke I went through before I gave up? That's right, not even get the King's Rock. Straight up gave up. 85! I captured 85 Slowpoke and did not get a single King's Rock. And I know what you're saying. Oh, you have the emulator's speed up. It still takes 50 years. It doesn't matter that I'm going as fast as I'm going. I still did not get a King's Rock on 85 Slowpoke. I don't even want to know what the odds of getting that unlucky are. I don't even want to know. When I did the practice run for this game, like, I did a bit of a practice run, I actually stopped at Slowpoke Well. In that, my team was Quilava and Geodude, and I was doing the same thing. On the practice run, it took me like 50 Slowpoke. If I go back in DMs far enough with my buddy Guy, I could look at the exact number, because I was yelling at him about this. So it took me a while. This one, it just didn't want to show up. So I gave up. I really did. So what I wanted to do at first, back in the practice run, was have 2 ROMs of one of Crystal, one of Gold trade between one another. I couldn't get it to work. I tried. I'm not very tech savvy. So it just straight up didn't work. Oh, jeez. So what I ended up doing was using a ROM editing software, a little bit of Pokemon hacking, to just put the Slowking in my PC. Because it is possible to have a Slowking at this point in the game. It is incredibly possible to. And if you want to say, actually, you did not properly get that Slowking because you didn't get the King's Rock, I went through 85 goddamn Slowpoke. 85. I do not care. I wanted to show... It's possible, alright? It's not like I hacked in a Suicune to have right now or something. It is more than possible to have Slowking at this point in the game, and that's why I'm using him. Because I don't think anyone's really used Slowking at this point in the game. Well, obviously, I'm sure someone has, but you know. So I wanted to show off having a Slowking this early. If you're wondering why Slowking's nickname is Oingo Bongo, it's because Oingo Boingo doesn't fit. And it's the, character limit. And if you're wondering why it's nicknamed Oingo Boingo, while I was hunting for 85 Slowpoke, I was listening to the album Good For Your Soul by Oingo Boingo. If you know Oingo Boingo, it's most likely because of Dead Man's Party, and that is a great album. I just happen to have a soft spot for Good For Your Soul. A lot of good songs on that, including the title track, Good For Your Soul, Dead or Alive, Who Do You Want To Be? It's a really good album. Sweat's a good song. It's good. Oingo Boingo goodness. So, that is why I now have a Slowking. If you want to cry hacker, I literally can't get that on one cartridge of Crystal. I am only going to hack in Pokemon that I literally cannot get without a second cartridge. Like, in no way. This isn't like Yellow, where I completed the Pokedex in Yellow, and it was all off of one cartridge. Granted, I abused the crap out of some glitches, but my 151 Pokemon caught in Yellow is possible. If you got a Pokemon Yellow cartridge, you could do exactly what I did. So I am only going to do this for things I can't get otherwise. Now, you the viewer might be asking, does that mean you're going to have another trait evolution on your team?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Anyways, we're gonna beat the crap out of this Zubat. Alright. I have taught it Swift because nothing else I have can learn Swift, so just gonna teach it to Oingo Boingo. Remember when I said Chikorita struggles because Team Rocket really loves their Zubat? This is such an instance. Chikorita would not be having a good time here. But at this point, you have Pokemon other than Chikorita for sure. Granted, Oingo Boingo being part Psychic is not helping it very much. Oh, once I level up enough to learn Confusion, it's donezo for you creeps. So, you might be wondering why Slowking, because like I said, Slowbro is objectively better. Slowking and Slowbro have the same exact stats, the only difference is that Slowking has, better special defense, and Slowbro has better physical defense, and in general, the physical defense is what you want more. Easy. I love Slowking's concept more than Slowbro's. Slowbro is really cool. It looks cool. I love how Shelter becomes this wonky, like... I don't know what you call the thing on Slowbro's tail. Like, it's definitely cool. Don't get me wrong. But Slowking, its story is rather than biting its tail to unleash some kind of, I don't know, inner superpower, it bites its brain. And doing so, it specifically, like, puts toxins into Slowking's brain that make it hyper-intelligent. Now here's the question, am I going to be able to win this fight with one curse? No. Nope, definitely not. Alright, I'm gonna hit it one more time, and then just switch into Geodude. Sting should be able to handle things from here. Also, that is 2 Pokemon on my team after Rock Bands. Well, yeah, Oingo Boingo's Rock. Not the same Rock as Police, but Rock nevertheless. Music genres are incredibly vague. Alright, Oingo Boingo. Great job. In your debut battle, you needed help against a coughing. Happens to the best of us, truly. Oh, now you use Tackle. You know, if you were just tackling Oingo Boingo, it could have actually beaten you. But no. You need to wait for... Really? Not even going to use Smog? I hate this game. Love this game. So yeah, I just think that's really funny. Poisoning the brain to become hyper-intelligent is just really funny. Picked a bad time to take a sip of my drink. Magnitude, baby! God bless. Team Rocket was broken up 3 years ago. I actually do really like how the villain in this game is handled. because it does genuinely progress the narrative. Like, in ways that really has only been done with Black and White 2. It's just really neat to have the exact same team, but it's not as simple as, oh, Team Rocket. Oh, did he fully heal me? He did! That's so cool of you, Kurt! It's Team Rocket in this game is up to usual mischief, but they don't have their boss anymore, because Giovanni got bored and went home. So they're trying to get him back. Their plans here are all about bringing attention that Team Rocket is still around and trying to get the help of Giovanni, which I think is really cool. And while we're in the daytime, lady, please move. I do not care about Hoppip. I do not care about Spearow. Don't care about that rat. I don't care about that rock. You've literally shown me every encounter except the one that I want. Come on. Come on, hang on. Don't make me do this for too long. I just think it's really cool to have Team Rocket have a completely new motivation that is outside of, just be gay, do crime. My problem with it, though, is that because the whole point is trying to find a new leader, there is no leader. There are no iconic characters like Giovanni, or Archie and Maxie, Cyrus, etc. I'm willing to bet most of the people that played this game, or even played Pokemon in general, don't know who Archer is. They do not know that this game's main villain is Archer. Ekins, I swear to God, when I was training Oingo Boingo up levels, I found like 5 of you. Did we, like, change time zones or something? No, it's just not showing up. Hey, Ralph. I love you, buddy. But, there it is. Thank you. Alright. Ekins. I thought you were about to, like, KO it, and I was going to be incredibly angry. Ekins is a mono-poison type that is trying to be offensive rather than defensive. And it doesn't really work. Arbok doesn't have great physical attack. It has okay physical attack, but because it's a mono-poison type, and poison offensively, like I said, is only super effective against grass, it doesn't really have that many matchups where you'd really want to use an Ekins. So, that's an immediate problem. Its move pool outside of its level up is actually kind of interesting. It can get, I believe it can get Fire Blast, and other, like, weird moves that you wouldn't really think a snake can learn. It flutters the tip of its tongue to seek out the scent of prey, then swallows the prey whole. It's not the greatest. Like, it gets bite. Cool. Its special attack isn't very good. Alright. And yeah, it's not strong and fast. It's kinda strong and kinda fast. It actually does not get Fire Blast. I could have sworn it did. Maybe I'm thinking of Nidoking. It gets, like, Earthquake, Giga Drain, like, kinda cool moves. It just doesn't have the stats to back them up. Alright, a snake. What is a famous snake? Alright, you know what? I know I did this joke last time, but considering that at the time of recording this, Solid Snake and Peter Griffin just got announced for Fortnite, I'm nicknaming him Solid. Solid Snake, baby. Alright. And with that done, now we can go into the gym. Gym number 2. Bugsy, the walking bug Pokemon encyclopedia. This guy is so nefarious, he deploys children to beat the crap out of intruders. Hello there, twins. Amy and May. How are you employed by the Pokemon League? Why are these children employed? They should be staying at home, playing their Nintendo 64s. I do like that the Please don't poison me. Oh, thank you. I actually listened. I do like that the twin, like, how they use trainer archetypes in this game, and in Pokemon in general, the themes behind them. What twins do is they normally have similar Pokemon. In this case, oh, look at that, it's Ladybug. Very good, an incredible Pokemon. Look at, you know, Ladybug is a fucking chonker, isn't he? He's just so plump. It's adorable. Or at least that sprite makes him look plump. Or her, I'm sorry. That's nice. Amy and May. Heck yeah, beating up children and taking their lunch money. Bug Pokemon are cool and tough. Alright, you'll prove it to me? Alright. Please don't try to prove it to me with like a Metapod. Give me an actual cool bug. Well, it's almost a Metapod. Oh no! You've slowed down a Slowking! Whatever is he going to do? She going to do, excuse me. Oingo Boingo, swift this bug. Ow. Man, Pokemon games, like, I understand if you had trainers with Butterfrees and Beedrills, it'd be a little tough. But the whole point of bug types, at least these kind, are that they evolve really quickly and fall off. You know how you could show that? By actually evolving the bug Pokemon from enemy trainers, so that you have to deal with them and you're like, wow, that was really tough. Bugsy in particular is a big culprit of this. I don't know if, because I don't know if everyone's played older Pokemon games. I don't really know the true age range of my audience. I think I have an older demographic than most of YouTube. Because, you know, YouTube really wants to, protect the children by demonetizing the angry video game nerd who's been helping their platform since 2006. And not just having YouTube kids. God, YouTube is, there's a reason I have a Patreon. So there might be a lot of you who have never played Crystal. Trust me. Anyone who's like, oh man, old Pokemon was so much harder. It really wasn't. We were just children. Hey, it's a Paris. Alright. Get swifted. Oh, that's right. Paris actually has good defense. Or at least Parasect does. I don't know about Paris. Wow. You are really trying to status afflict me. I almost feel bad for you. Like, I really do. There we go. Water gun. Get out of here. Growl, I guess? We now have the power of water! Which means I can finally use my special attack. Let's go right here. Yes, Sting's level 16, so we can still leave Oingo Boingo in the front lines. Right, exactly. Bug Pokemon evolve early. Now, are you going to actually show me this, or are you just going to talk about it? Okay, you probably have a Kakuna and then a Beedrill. That's what I'm going to assume. A Swift, I do not want you in the front spot, so let's put Water Gun up there. Yes! I have a special attack! Oh wow, I actually didn't expect to one-shot that. Like, I know I'm double its level, but it's Water Gun. Alright. You actually have a threatening bug. Well, some might call you threatening. I have Slowking. I doesn't afraid of anything. Yes. Alright, so we're gonna be here a bit. So, how's your day going? I'm doing pretty good, you know? I went to work. I made money. Ooh, critical! Get absolutely bent. So yeah, I'd say I had a pretty good day. After I finish recording this episode, I'm gonna go out with friends. Gonna go to my buddy John's. I don't know what the game plan is today. But my friends and I meet up there. We try to make a plan to meet up with John every Saturday. A lot of people, when they get older, they stop hanging out with their friends. But my friends and I, we make an effort to, even though we're all grown-ass men with our own grown-ass lives, to, you know, stop and see each other. It's just me and a bunch of my buddies from high school. Just meet up every Saturday. And not everyone makes it every Saturday, but that's fine. We still try. Just something to keep in mind. Being an adult does not have to be as lonely as you make it out to be. Alright. Granted, none of us have decided to have children at 21. Which is another problem that adults have. Anyways, my research is going to make me the authority on bug Pokemon. Bugsy could have been a really good gym leader. That's a really tough fight. Instead, he has a Metapod. So I'm going to do an elite strategy. I'm going to curse. Poop. There we go. That's one curse. That's going to increase my attack and defense. And since Metapod can't do anything to me, I'm going to curse again. Penis. Excellent. As you can see, Metapod is still not able to do anything to me. So I'm gonna curse again. P. Yes. Excellent. I am constantly gaining attack and defense, and you know, Metapod still can't do anything to me. So I'm gonna curse again. Schlong. Perfect. And you know what? Metapod still can't do anything to me, so I'm gonna curse again. Vagina. Perfect. That is another curse. And you know what? Metapod still can't do anything to me, so I'm gonna set up one more curse. There's apparently a mysterious F word, but my parents won't tell me what it is. So with all of that, I'm going to use Swift. A +6 Slowking Swift. Wow. Granted, it's because Metapod used Harden and Slowking doesn't have the highest attack. But yeah. Bugsy's first Pokemon is Metapod. Metapod. And this is the problem. Scyther is Bugsy's ace, and it is a threat because of this move it's about to use. Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter is not powerful on its own. It ramps up in power every turn. But if you don't have a way to deal with Scyther, that thing can get going. Scyther's stats are well above anything else you would conceivably have. So if you don't have an immediate answer to Scyther, and it like KOs one of your Pokemon with a second power Fury Cutter, nothing you have is outspeeding it. And once Fury Cutter gets going, it can be really hard to stop. The problem with Bugsy is not his ace. Bugsy's ace being Scyther is fine. It's a really good ace and has a really good strategy. The problem is the Kakuna and the Metapod. If I were designing Bugsy, I think it would be a little early for Pineco because I think at level 14 Pineco knows self-destruct, and I don't think the second gym leader should be lobbing bombs at children. I would probably have evolved Kakuna into Beedrill, and then replaced Metapod with Yanma, and have Bugsy's team be Yanma, Beedrill, and Scyther. So, that is what I would have done. But, I am not everyone. I am only me. So yeah, Bugsy I think is fine, it's just... those first two Pokemon being Metapod and Kakuna just... don't make sense. I mean... heck, this guy had a Beedrill. Why can't the actual gym leader? Alright. We still have time in the episode to keep going for a bit. I'm just gonna walk to the left and surely nothing will happen. Oh, no! Tell me something. Is it true that Team Rocket has returned? What? You beat them? Ha! Quit lying. You're not joking? Then let's see how good you are. Hey, really weird how Silver cares about Team Rocket. Like, kind of crazy that he would just come out and just lead with that. Why does he care about Team Rocket? I actually really like Silver. Like, I know. Not a hot take at all. Magnitude 7. Nice. But, Silver's a really cool rival. Especially, like, once you know what you need to know. Also, behold as Geodude single-handedly wrecks this entire team. Like, Zubat? Rock Throw. Like, oh no, you hit me with Bite? Oh, crap, you hit me with... okay, wait, hold on. Listen. I wasn't too serious about this. You know, we're just here to have fun. You don't gotta do me like this. We were just goofing off. Look. Zubat, I mean, when I was saying that Sting was gonna solo your entire team, I was just goofing off. Thank you. Get absolutely bent, Zubat. I will not miss you. Your grave will be this entire goddamn town. So, please use something stupid like Quick Attack and not Ember? Well, that is awkward. Well, Oingo Boingo, I know you just had to deal with the entire gym, but there's really nothing Quilava can do to me. I have the power of Water Gun on my side. And just one more of those, ow, should see me to victory. And down it goes. Alright, so, perhaps my hubris in regards to, everything, but we're fine. Also, really weird that just once you know who Silver is, everything makes sense. I really love Silver. I really love Blue and Silver, like the rival from the first game as well. I think they're very good rivals. I'm not going to go so far as to say, ugh, the only Pokemon rivals that are good are the Edgelords. Like, no. How is great, Hop is fantastic, I love Nemona, but the assholes like Blue, Silver, Gladiant. Is Gladiant even a rival? He's more Team Skull, but he's like not Team Skull, but he is. Anyways, they're all great. I love them all. Really, the only rival that sucks is all of Gen 6 and Brendan and May. Like, other than them, your rivals are almost always good. So this is Kurt. His whole shtick is some berry trees, not that one, have apricots. Apricots can be given to Kurt to create Pokeballs. They take like a full day to do. They're bad. They're almost all bad. Now, it's true that I don't have a Metapod yet, but there's a much more easy and free way to catch Metapods later. So I'm not gonna worry about them. This guy is like, oh man, my boss is gonna be steaming. The Farfetch that cuts trees for charcoal took off on me. So we gotta go find this bird. There's the bird. Give me the bird. Well, how rude. All you gotta do is go around and kind of corner it to go back the way it came. A revive! It's actually a very good item to have on hand. So what was it? Yeah. So let me talk to you about Kurt's balls. Kurt, first of all, these all take a day, by the way. Every single Pokeball I'm about to tell you takes a full day to complete. Let me just, you know, pull up some of these wonderfully useful balls. Weedle, please leave. Hang on, we're getting there. We're going off of an incredible journey. Metapod, that's still not the new encounter. The first ball I'm going to talk about is the level ball. The level ball makes catching Pokemon with lower levels than yours easier. I guess that's maybe kinda useful. But, like, at that point, I'd rather just use, you know... I had to talk to it from above, didn't I? Gosh, diminy darn it. But, like, if I'm catching weak Pokemon, might as well just use weak balls. Like, I don't need that help. The friend ball. Caught Pokemon are friendly or faster. That's actually a good ball. That I will give credit to. Catching a Pokemon to increase friendship is pretty good, but now that I think about it, the Pokemon that evolved through friendship in this generation are Eevee, Igglybuff, Pichu, Cleffa? I think? Oh, and Togepi. None of the 5 of them you catch in the wild. So it can't even help get those Pokemon faster. So actually, the only thing that does is make Return stronger faster, which actually is kind of useless, now that I think about it. So actually, that ball sucks too. The next one is the Lure Ball. It makes catching Pokemon on a fishing line easier. That's good. I will just outright say that is good. No asterisks, no buts. It's not, like, worth waiting a whole day for, but it's good. Now, I'm going to try to get the gosh darn encounter here. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center. Let's pick up Bill's PC. And let's pick up a Pokemon that can learn Cut that I don't care about. Humpty Dumpty, get out of here. Let's withdraw. How many are in this box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, we're good for now. Give me Guns N' Roses, baby. That's the 3rd Pokemon with a rock band name on my team. I may or may not have a type. And we're going to teach this guy Cut. So, okay. Lure Ball, I can at least understand the purpose behind. The Moon Ball makes catching Pokemon that evolved from the Moonstone easier. That being the Nidorans and their evolved forms, Clefairy and Jigglypuff. That is so hyper-specific. Why? Why? Am I the only one that thinks that's, like, way too niche? Waiting an entire day to catch 4 Pokemon that aren't even hard to catch easier. The 5th ball is the Heavy Ball. Catch heavy Pokemon easier. That's not terrible. I mean, heavy Pokemon are normally, like, evolved Pokemon that by default can be tricky to catch. So yeah, sure. Again, you have to wait a whole day for it. But, alright. Fastball. It makes catching Pokemon that flee easier. Now, after what Teddy Ursa did to me, I'm actually going to have a newfound respect for this ball. But it's still, I would rather just, if something's trying to run from me, I'm probably just going to use a Pokemon with, Actually, does Block exist in this generation? Mean Look does. So, okay, that might be decent. I would have to pray to God that it lands on the first attempt. But that technically is something I can do. Still way too niche. And lastly is the Love Ball. Makes catching Pokemon of the opposite gender to your out Pokemon easier. Again, that's not bad. Like, as long as you have 2 genders on your team, you're fine. I don't know how it interacts with genderless Pokemon. But again, that's like, kind of alright. Like, Kurt's balls take way too long to make, and just are kind of okay. In fact, I think there's one of them that doesn't even work correctly. I think the Heavy Ball just doesn't work right, though I could be wrong. So yeah, the absolute majesty of, Kurt and his really bad balls. We will give Littlefoot Headbutt to power it up in the short term, and Headbutt's a whole new catching mechanic. See trees like these? You can just give it a little shake. And as long as you just keep headbutting them, you can get even more new encounters. I will save all possible headbutt encounters for later. But we'll at least see one for right now. Oh crap, it's Pineco! That's actually a wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Are you gonna explode? I think Pineco at this level can explode. Alright. So, Pineco and its evolution Forretress are one of those Pokemon that are really good and competitive, have a strong, idea. What Pineco wants to do is very easy to understand. The problem... So what does Pineco want to do? Pineco wants to get sent out, puke out 37 layers of spikes and stealth rocks, rapid spin away your opponent's 37 layers of spikes and stealth rocks, and then blow itself up. That's what Pineco wants to do. Pineco, the bagworm Pokemon. It spits out a fluid that it uses to glue tree bark to its body. The fluid hardens when it touches air. Alright, Pineco's a pine cone. There are no famous pine cones. Alright, let me nickname it after a bomb. What's a famous bomb? Bob-omb. Do I have a hyphen? I do. So, Bob-omb. So, while Pineco has a very solid idea of what it wants to do, a few problems. 1, stealth rocks don't exist yet. 2, it doesn't get spikes until it's in the 40s. I mentioned this with the Quillfish review. Don't sneak up on me like that. You frightened a Pokemon away. Well, tough shit. How long has this episode been going on? 40 minutes. Okay, we can get out of the forest before I end the episode. So, Pineco doesn't get spikes until super late. So job number 1, it can't do very well. Second thing it does is rapid spin away opposing hazards. Like no fight in this game uses entry hazards. I literally cannot think of a single opponent that uses spikes in this entire game. So it doesn't do job number 2 very well. Lastly, job number 3 is Explosion. It does still do that really well. It can definitely blow up. The problem, and this is a problem with any passive Pokemon like Pineco and Fortress, is that passive Pokemon are really hard to level up because you need to, you know, use them. You need to fight with them, defeat other Pokemon. And Pineco's and Fortress's strategy kind of is all about not attacking your opponent. I gotta go back and forth here for one more encounter. So Pineco just can't do what it wants to do. And that is sad, because Fortress has a really good typing, really good defensive stats, but it just has no offensive pressure. At all. There's Paris. So Pineco and Fortress are really cool, but aren't as cool as they could be. They can blow themselves up, though. By God. So, let's just put this thing to sleep. I'm just looking through, Oh yeah, that Pineco could definitely have blown itself up. It gets self-destruct at level 8. So if you want an early Pineco, you can. You can have an early bomb, if that turns you on. Alright, Paris. Paris is also not very good. The problem is it wants to be a defensive Pokemon with an absolutely dogshit horrendous defensive typing in Bug Grass. Bug Grass leaves it 4 times weakness to fire and flying, weak to ice, weak to bug, which isn't really too relevant, weak to rock, which is relevant, considering it's a grass type. So, what does Paris have going for it? Well, Parasect has good defense, like the physical stat, and pretty good special defense. Slow as molasses. Has decent physical attack, but no good physical attacking moves. Like, you can learn Dig. And Fury Cutter. And Slash, I guess. The only thing that Paris does is get Spore. The Tochukaso growing on this Pokemon's back orders it to extract juice from tree trunks. It gets Spore at level 28, which is a 100 accurate Sleep move. Sleep is the best status condition for catching Pokemon, and in general, is just a good status condition. But that's it. If you're someone that likes to capture Pokemon, Parasect is probably worth using. If you want a competent Grass-type attacker, get something else. But Parasect is really cool because it is mind-controlled by the mushrooms. So it's kind of like a hive mind, which is really sweet. So possession, hive mind. Oh, I know the perfect thing to name a hive mind after. Legion from Mass Effect. So, Ralph, this is not the time. Thank you, Ralph. You are incredibly intelligent. So, thank you very much for watching. We captured a few Pokemon, and I will see you next time for, Goldenrod. I completely blanked on what we're doing next. Welcome to the team, Oingo Boingo. It's 85 Slowpokes. I'm gonna never forget that. 85, still no King's Rock.